Alright, let's get to this video. I'm not wasting any time. So for all of you out there who've been paying attention, this stuff is about to smoke, if it hasn't already. And who am I talking about? Well, it's the meteoric rise of one YouTuber who's thrown his hat into the dating market, specifically the black male dating market, like Donald Trump did during the last Republican primary, in Alpha Male Strategies. The guy who seemed like he subbed 6 weeks ago and is already at 5,000 subs, and his rise is basically compared to one of these cryptocurrencies that everyone talks about. I mean, he might as well have his own freaking cryptocurrency with the way he's going. Well, Alpha Male Strategies, from what we've seen and from what I've heard, seems to be a contender. Now, is he the best? Will he be the best? Will he be able to achieve his goals of getting clients, dating clients, being a dating consultant, being a dating coach, and have the ability to leave his job as a physical coach? Well, that remains to be seen. But so far, it looks to be good. However, as all individuals who have a meteoric rise do, they get a lot of attention. And combine that with a somewhat inflated ego of gaining 5,000 subs in a week. Okay, maybe not a week, but whatever. You got Alpha Male Strategies basically doing a call-out drive-by. Like he's in Brooklyn during the 1980s. And speaking of Brooklyn, we'll speak to... That actually goes to one of the guys that he roasted. So, if all of you haven't been paying attention, Alpha Male Strategies has essentially called out a lot of the black male dating coaches on YouTube, including Roger Allen Curry, including Mr. Lucario. He even called out Ron Willis' slick ass. He was being slick. He was being a slick ass towards slick ass. I'm just kidding. Shout out to Ron Willis. And he also called out what looks to be his main competition, his main nemesis, his rival, for at least for right now, in Steve the Dean Williams, or as he likes to eloquently call him, Steve the Queen Williams. Well, a lot of people will complain and argue and bicker up and down how, man, we don't need beef in the community, man. We need to keep the peace in the streets, man. Well, at the same time, these will be the same people who, on other videos, will hashtag whatever team they're on. I'm Team ARC. I'm Team Dean, Steve the Dean. I'm Team Lucario. I'm Team... Speaking of Lucario, he cooked Lucario bad. I mean, you guys gotta admit, this guy essentially said, how can you walk around all freaking 220 neighborhoods of Brooklyn and not lose a single pound? He's making videos outside, on the street, on the bridge, under the bridge, in the tower, in a loft apartment, at the nightclub, at the bar, and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle headquarters, making all sorts of videos, putting out dating advice, and he has not lost a single pound. We need to figure that out. And we also need to figure out, here's my question. We need to figure out, why did Mr. Lucario name himself vaguely after a Pokemon? Look it up, Lucario. Which, I mean, half these guys who are going to pom-pom for Lucario, they're going to misspell his name, they're going to misspell his name after the Pokemon Lucario. Or Lucario. I'm confused at this point. You know, at this point, I'm surprised. I haven't seen anyone dress up in a Lucario, a Pokemon Lucario shirt, or a mask, and walk around Brooklyn, or some other part of New York, and just read dating advice questions. Anybody who does that, Listen, Mr. Lucario, you better be lucky I don't live anywhere near New York City. But any of you who do that, just give your boy credit. Give Clutch some credit and some royalties. But as far as this is concerned, a lot of people are gonna say, "Well, man, we need to keep the peace on the YouTube street." Walking around in some March and Selma shoes, freaking talking about keeping the peace in Southeast. Although you've never, if you lived in Southeast, you would be one of these sheltered porch kids. We all know it, talking shit on the internet, because that is what social media and the internet was made for. You guys out there who calling all sorts of other people coons, but or calling this guy this name, and anyway, look here. This is not beef, at least not yet. This is what I like to call friendly competition. And friendly competition is something that steps up the game, or makes everyone, well, I just spoiled it right there. It makes everyone involved step their game up. It makes everyone involved become more honest. It makes everyone involved sharpen their skills. Stuff like this is what separates the contenders from the pretenders. The guys who are about it versus the guys who are just faking the fun. The guys who are bound for glory versus the guys who just need to sit down and play Call of Duty, or NBA 2K19 with the Lonzo Ball edition. You know which one I'm talking about. But as far as this is concerned, this is not beef. I mean, a lot of you all may not remember the dark days of Black YouTube like I do. And quite frankly, you got some of those people who have made their name with nothing but roasting and arguing and bickering and starting beef with other people. A lot of you guys who don't remember that, look, the days of call your mama this and Ether that, and you got kicked off the boat, you this, and freaking your wife your wife's a carpet muncher, and you eat out of a prostitute's excrement, and $1.50, and what the deal be today. Well, back to the $1.50 example. We don't need to call him $1.50. Just call him 2 Chainz from now on. Not 2 Chainz the rapper. 2 Chainz as in like change, as in pennies, nickels, dimes, quarters, that kind of change. Because we all saw what happened. Same guy, freaking 2 Chainz, donating $2 to the guy who calls a coon and all this other kind of stuff. The days of going in on guys who have struggle mansions and guys who freaking have their Eastern European cooks who they end up sleeping with, end up leaving them, and act like they're on the cusp of suicide. Those days are done. Did I say the days of what the deal be today? Those days are done. And to be honest, I don't even have beef with half those guys, but I'm just using their points as examples. But we are in the day of, particularly in the black side of YouTube, we are in the day of progress. I know it doesn't seem like it, especially with some of these YouTubers still making videos bitching about women, having New Year's streams bitching about women, and bitching about this, and women did that, and having 3 a.m. live streams talking about women this, women that. You know what I say. You guys can take one for the team. Because we have these same women who are moaning and complaining about men, they're getting laid just as much as you guys. And the fact that we have guys like Alpha Male Wisdom, like Rom Wills, like Donovan Sharpe, a.k.a. some of you want to call him my older brother, or whatever. And other guys, Alan Roger Curry, Mr. Locario, walking around. Is he playing Pokemon Go, by the way? Let me stop. I mean, he's walking around Brooklyn, though. He might as well. Even Steve the Dean Williams with his dating advice straight out of 1997. These guys are providing solutions to men of problems that we face. And the back and forth, all of this is friendly competition. And I don't want to go on a sandbox, go on my own soapbox, and be a roasting consultant. But being on YouTube as long as I have, let me do this. Let me give you guys some advice. Competition or healthy roasting within itself is not a problem. Healthy roasting, well, I should say roasting within itself even isn't a problem. But you have to abide by the rules. There are rules to roasting. There are rules to the game. And I'm not saying I'm the best roaster. I was like the master roaster, but I've seen more than enough in my day to know what to do and what not to do. For starters, you don't go in on other people's personal information or lives. You don't. If you want to address them by their online name. If you want to talk crap about them, talk crap about what they do online, on social media, on YouTube, whatever. If you want to roast them, take the material that we've all seen and just turn that around. Make fun of that. If they don't, as I said, the important thing you have to remember is do not intertwine the internet and real life. Basically, keep it on the internet. Keep it on YouTube. Keep it roasting. Don't go into personal beefs and personal information and data and all this other kind of stuff. Don't go in that direction. And don't be like how I fear one of these dating coaches will be. Which, I mean, it'll be a good beef. But I can see one of these dating coaches just be like, well, you got five babies or 6 baby mamas, and you don't have this many people that you train. Where are your clients? What is the gym you work at? I will give them a call right now. I will call your white clients. All this, no, you do not do that. You don't. And alongside that, the other rule when it comes to roasting is that there's a time to say your piece and there's a time to move on. If you don't move on, then you get stuck in the rut of being seen as just a roaster, just a shit talker, and nothing else. Especially if you're delivering a product, focus on the product and not on the competition. Because if you focus on the competition for too long, you basically become, or your channel is basically an existence in order to talk about other people, to give other people publicity. But healthy competition, when it's within boundaries, when it's within reason, is good. It sharpens knives. It makes everyone step up their game. And it helps with every man who steps up to reach perfection, which is something especially black men need when it comes to our image and our reputation. So, for all these dating coaches out there, all you dating coaches, and by the way, I mean, granted, I gotta call AMS out in one thing. He even said he was better than Ron Wills. Come on, man. That's like Lonzo Ball saying he's better than freaking Magic Johnson. I mean, you sure about that? Come on, you got a way to go. I mean, you're getting there, but you got a way to go, man. For all you dating coaches out there, let's have a clean fight. And from everyone else out there, always bet on X.